So right now it's raining. They're trying to get the cross erected on Mount Tapachao. This is one of the hardest tasks that these guys said that they've had to do all morning. They've walked all the way up this huge hill with the rains coming, and this is what comes from it. So Chinese workers are walking behind me. They're marching all the way from Garapan down Beach Road right here. And one of the translators told me that they're saying that they haven't been paid in over a month and they can't get home. Leslie, I'm pretty much touching this tree. This tree is gigantic, and it is on residents Kelsey Jorstead and Jeremy Platt's home. You hear the gunshots. Those are blanks, of course. This is a counterattack with the Marines. They say it's very important to work with your allies. That's why Japanese and French soldiers are here as well. So here on top of the USS Reagan, you can see planes coming in from the Pacific Ocean. This is all part of their mission called Valiant Shield. Police say Rayshon Humphrey Jr. was coming out of this house behind me when he was shot just before 1 a.m. this morning. And now, nearly 24 hours later, neighbors say that they are still in shock about what happened. This might seem like combat, but it's the Marines and soldiers from 3 other allied nations conducting a mock exercise. Major Tim Patrick is the public affairs officer for the Marine Corps on Guam.
What you have right now is you'll see the culmination of an assault on the objective. Basically, it's an assault on an objective from an amphibious landing.
I'm sort of in the middle of the action with the U.S. Marines. They're practicing airstrikes, and they're calling on other Marines throughout the island of Tinian. And, you know, right now, as you can see, it's really intense, and they're really trying to focus.
So this building right here was the objective itself. This is where the enemy was located, the opposition force. Actually, the opposition force was comprised primarily of French troops, and the U.S. Marines attacked this building to clear it. Now, what you see in the background is they're preparing for an airstrike for contingency forces that are still left in the jungle.
After Chinese construction workers walked the streets of Garapan again in protest, Congressman Gregorio Khalili Sablan speaks about efforts to get them home.
They are in the process of issuing the passports, returning it and processing it and actually returning it back to them so they could go. I mean, they can't leave without travel documents.
So Chinese workers are walking behind me. They're marching all the way from Garapan down Beach Road right here. And one of the translators told me that they're saying that they haven't been paid in over a month and they can't get home.
There's an attorney who's an expert on China labor. And I was just watching his video speak about how in China, how they settle this in China. They either go through litigation or mediation, and most of the time they go through mediation.
Congressman Khalili Sablan says what's happening to the Chinese workers is wrong, but it's not quite human trafficking.
I think if they had come willingly, if they had come to the airport and said that they were tourists, although they knew they were going to be working as construction workers, they couldn't have come in here if they said they were going to.
Faculty and staff marched through Western Illinois University, holding signs with quotes like "Black Lives Matter" and "I Can't Breathe," directly relating to recent cases in Ferguson, Missouri and New York City when black men were killed by white police officers. Grand jurors chose not to indict the police officers in both cases.
That's something that really made us realize that we are still facing problems that we haven't faced in a while, and with that, the indictment case really took a toll on us. So we wanted to show that, that was wrong.
Artenice Myrick is the president of the WIU Black Student Association. She says the Mike Brown case in particular spoke volumes to her and other students.
It's not just black and white. There's gray in between the lines, and you really have to take a stand and look at it. And you may see a different side that you didn't see before.
WIU academic advisor Ronald Pettigrew says students create change through their organization of peaceful protests.
That's how you change it. That's how you make people aware that everybody needs justice. Everybody needs to be heard. Everybody needs to be protected.
Pettigrew says people from all walks of life came out to show their support, and that is solidarity.
As you walked by, you saw not just black students, you saw white students, you saw community members, you saw professors. That's the difference.